position tonight. What's the key?
Motor, energy. Who's going to be hitting the boards? Who's going to run down the court, get that post position? Who's going to communicate with their defense and let guys know what they should expect?
Yes, big time. Here's the starting group for Houston. Harden and Ariza, the athletic wing pair. Ryan Anderson out there with Clint Capella. And it's Paul in at the 1. Thomas kicks to Horford. That one's not going to go. Good D by Ariza. And the Rockets with possession here. It's a three-point game. No good on the 3. Morris into the lane. Here's Hayward. He feeds it to Thomas. From deep. Kept alive by Boston. Horford with the screen on Paul. Thomas outside. Again, Thomas missing.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for the... Watch out. Watch out. And he can do a rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action.
That's just the vision of Thomas, spotting the open man and delivering the ball on time and on target.
Paul for 3. Rebound, Gordon Hayward. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep. The quick look, no good that time. The Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. To the middle. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Houston shooting their first free throw of the game.
Wow, and the big man Capella has proven to be a reliable role player, a strong physical presence who takes smart shots and contributes well on D.
Now here's Thomas. Morris a screen. Nice ball movement by Boston. Horford with a screen on Ariza. Count that one.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play. And I tell you what, Gordon Hayward just steadily has grown into one of the better offensive players in the league. He does a great job of scoring it off the dribble. He's also at that small forward position, can be kind of a point forward, if you will, with his playmaking ability. And I like to call him, use a baseball term, he's like a 5-tooler. I mean, he does all the things you want a basketball player to do well on the floor. And to cap it all off, he is a great teammate as well.
And here's Harden. After Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got 5 now.
Oh, Harden is so good at finding the open man and a selfish superstar who really whips the ball over quickly.
It's Thomas outside. It's good from long range. Thomas got a couple of threes now in the first for the Celtics. Rockets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Ariza dishes to Capella. Pass to Paul. Harden outside. Anderson outside. Takes the 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Anderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Horford with a screen on Paul. Thomas kicks to Horford. It's stolen by Capella. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And it's Houston with another.
And when Harden feels the D playing off of him, he knows. He hits them with a quick pull-up, Jay. I mean, a shot he knows not many defenders can block.
Now, here's Thomas. He has 6. Horford with the screen on Paul. The 3 from Thomas. Rebounded by Capella. Houston leading by 5. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
The shot's good from Paul.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
1:41 left in the first quarter of the game. He used that pick to perfection. And And that's now 9 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Wow, and like all great scorers, Thomas never fazed by a little defensive pressure.
There's the pick. Harden inside the three-point line. Houston gets it back. Capella goes up again. No good at the rim.
Excellent D to force that miss there. That took real courage to risk being on the poster, being he's one of the best dunkers in the game.
Horford sets a screen for Thomas. No good on the three.
Shocking, he bricked that one. That shot usually is money for him.
Now the pass to Harden. Another miss by Harden. Celtics trail by 4. Passes it to Lights Out. Morris dishes to Thomas. Back to Morris. Dives for it. Stolen by Harden. Morris against Anderson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Horford.
Kev, whenever I see Trevor Ariza out there, I can't help but think of how he came into the spotlight. He went from being a role player early to becoming a major part of teams after his stint with the Lakers. He said he learned a lot from playing with Kobe.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza. And with Ariza, part of his progression was natural, but he knows that he made a huge jump after he played with Kobe in L.A.
Well, I thought his quote about playing against Kobe was great. I mean, he said, the first time I played against Kobe, he scored 40 on me. The last time I guarded him, he scored 35. So I guess I got a little bit better. You know what? Great sense of humor. Just glad to see it.
Paul left side. Nene, the screen. Paul passes to Gordon. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Horrendous defense right there.
And earlier, Chris Paul told us about...
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other, too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
Well, it's clearly part of the game. Quick outlet passes, guys running the floor like they really mean it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Celtics. Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Cowboy is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Thomas in at the point. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it's always a transition and a difficult one for college coaches to come to the pros, but Celtics coach Brad Stevens made one of the smoothest we've seen after leading Butler to back-to-back national championship games. You hear that buzz from players to opposing coaches. Greg Popovich said, "I really respect what he does. His team executes. I'll still watch his Butler tape." Trying to learn some stuff, to be honest with you. High praise indeed, fellas.
And Popovich, really the godfather of the active coaches right now, D.A. His voice carries certainly a lot of weight in this league. Thank you. The Celtics making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Tariq Black comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Harden in for Paul. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Dishes it to Hayward. Goes up from the top of the key. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Well, it's no secret, Chris, that Mike D'Antoni is an offensive-minded coach.
Well, everywhere he's gone, offense has not been the problem for his team. He's long been regarded as the mastermind of one of the best offensive teams ever with the Suns. A lot of his assistants from those days are now head coaches in the league or in front offices.
And here's Harden for three. Again, the miss by Harden.
His shot's it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Well, that's just not wise to take that shot in that situation. He'll think better of it next time around.
Nene with it. Now guarded by Crowder. Another miss by Harden.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, everybody goes through slumps. He can't let it get to him, though. Everyone makes mistakes on the floor. You just have to always be thinking about the next play. Talk about leading your target perfectly. Nice assist.
On the wing, Gordon. He kicks to Nene. And Boston with the rebound.
They have to be happy at least with how they set it up. Most of the time, that's a sure make.
And here's Smart. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
He just lost where he was on the court. It ended up out of bounds there.
Some changes for Boston. Horford comes in for Cowboy, and lights out subbed in for Brown. Kicks it to Mbamute. Nene with the screen on Hayward. Mbamute against Hayward. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the triple. Celtics trail by 7. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Houston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Over in the corner, Mbamute misses, and the dry spell continues.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Now, Jay Crowder, by some advanced metrics, ranked as a top 6 small forward in the league last season. He's a gritty, defensive-minded player. He makes a positive impact on both ends of the court.
Outside Gordon. Pass to Nene. He dishes it to Black. Houston moving it around. Over in the corner, Mbamute. The offensive rebound, Nene. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And Crowder eager to prove himself after being acquired by the Celtics in the Rajon Rondo trade.
The Celtics got a steal of a contract through 2020. He's really helped establish that tough, high-effort culture in Boston.
And this is a young Celtics team. Even the vets still just entering their prime years. Chris, they've built from within, and what a great environment to develop in.
I mean, come on, one of the best. A great tradition and history of winning. A passionate and knowledgeable fan base. Committed ownership and front office. The players are given everything they need to be successful.
And he can't hit the second.
Look at this Rockets team. As impressive as they are on the offensive end, they do have their weak spots. One big one is rebounding and closing out possessions. They just give up way too many second chance looks.
And the rebounding problems of the Rockets, Chris, makes a lot of sense with their lineups. They often will go small at the forward positions for stretches of time.
Well, that's their weakness, and that's the part where they can fall behind with rebounding. A lot of it is that they get out of position too often. Rebounding is one reason why they can falter defensively for long stretches at a time.
That free throw, no good.
And Horford, a pretty steady free throw shooter. I mean, he had a few down seasons, maybe due to those pectoral tears, but I tell you what, he's been right up there around 80%.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Clint Capella comes in for Nene. And Chris Paul's subbed in for James Harden. Here's Paul. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Paul's got 7 points.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times. and exert his presence.
Pass to Lights out. It's up a three. Boston again missing.
He could not have been more wide open. I'm sure he's kicking himself for missing out.
Anderson can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 9. Outside Crowder. Horford sets a screen for Crowder. Lights out. Boston, no good that time either. And for Houston, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And Anderson kicks to Paul. From 13, Paul missing again.
The defense is well aware of how good he is from there and did a great job of forcing that miss.
Shoots from 12. And that does it for the first half of play. The Rockets on top, up 9. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, hot start, cool finish. What happened out there?
Well, we came out with a lot of energy, but in the second quarter it died down a little bit. You know, it's real. Everybody's very excited. You know, our team's excited, their team's excited. Officials excited, you know what I mean? So we just got to calm down and play a little bit.
And I'm excited. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They lead by 9 points. And let's go to Shaq. What did you think of their first half?
Well, it's a defense that's driven them in this game so far. They were high energy.
And that's it for...
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Nice game. Great performance by Isaiah Thomas.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
A guy who typically struggles from distance, but the defense gave him too many open looks. Let him build up his confidence.
So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Ariza, the athletic wing pair. Ryan Anderson out there with Clint Capella. And it's Paul in at point guard. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, a lot of Thunder fans still lamenting the trade of James Harden to the Rockets a couple of years ago when he became a superstar. But Harden doesn't. He said recently, "This is beyond my expectations. If I'd stayed in OKC, I'd still be in a good situation, but I don't think the sneaker deal and these other opportunities would have happened." He added, "Look, this is a grind. Every time you lose, you're blamed. For me, it's about continuing to work and focusing on what I can control." Kevin?
He deserves that top billing, DA. Thanks.
Well, Kevin, how about the quick hands of Harden? They're easily coming up with the steal thanks to his activity. Harden can carry an offense alone with his scoring. That's no secret. A big part of why he's able to do that is because he's so gifted at getting to the line. The past couple of years, he's averaged more than 10 free throw attempts a game.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Another miss by Harden. Celtics trail by 9. Hayward passes to Lights out. 90 seconds now into the second half. Now Horford. Fade away. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Cowboys checked in for Boston. Brown comes in for Lights out. And then for Houston, Blacks checked in for Anderson. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Trevor Ariza. Harden kicks to Paul. Some nice passing there by Houston. Comes up empty down low.
Well, it's not the best start to this half. 1 for 4 is not the start they probably envisioned.
Morris, no good. Houston leading by 9. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Tucker. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, Harden really gets going down inside. I mean, he isn't afraid of anyone, not even the big guys roaming nearby.
Chris, you played a long career, remained effective, even as you lost some of your athleticism. You hear some people say the game is 90% mental. How accurate is that?
I don't think it's 90% mental because you need physical attributes to be able to perform. But I think that it's two separate games. I think that one part of the game is mental and you need to be 100% on point. And I think the mental part is different from the physical. And so you have to be there 100% physical and you have to be 100% there mentally. And for me, the mental part was not only how to try to make players better or get other guys involved or win if we didn't even have the most talent, but it really was how do you adapt, how do you change your game when you played one way your whole career, and how do you still be effective and dominant. And luckily, I was able to do that.
Well said. During your career in Sacramento, Chris, you played on one of the most up-tempo teams of the era. Just how much fun is it for a player to play in a system like that?
Well, first of all, you better be in shape and have your track shoes on at all times. And secondly, it is fun because the faster the game is played, the more mistakes that are made. More mistakes will be made on the defense's part of the game. And when that happens, you get a lot of highlight plays. You get involved. You get the crowd engaged. The energy, this part of it is so different. So those are some fun days playing out there with my boys and, had some of the best times out there with that exciting, fast tempo type play.
I like that. And it's blocked by Brown. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Thomas dishes to Horford. Brown against Harden. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Thomas.
And though Thomas is a smaller player, his size doesn't deter him from getting close to the basket. I mean, that's what you have to love about this kid.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Isaiah Thomas last season, one of 6 players to average over 22 points and 6 assists a game.
And Kevin, the other names on that list, Damian Lillard, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Stephen Curry, and LeBron James. Now, statistically speaking, that's the kind of company you want to keep.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Crowder, he's checked in for Morris. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Gordon Hayward. And Mbaamute's checked in for Houston. Gordon comes in for James Harden. Feeds to Tucker. This one for 3. Kept alive by Houston. Over in the corner, Mbaamute. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Rockets lead by 12.
So comfortable from distance, especially when no one runs him off of his spot.
Now the dish to Horford. Again, the Celtics good for 2. Here's Paul. He's got 9. The feed to Gordon. To the right side. Mbaamoute. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Incredible touch from deep. As a defender, you cannot afford to relax on this guy.
Thomas with the ball. He's got 11. He feeds it to Horford. On the wing, Brown. Mbaamoute with the steal. To the inside. Here's Tucker. Tries again. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Crowder. Stolen by Tucker. Now the pass to Paul. They get it again. Passes it to Tucker. Dishes it to Gordon. 41 seconds left in the third. Another shot. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Celtics trail by 13. Crowder goes in. Brown right side. Thomas against Paul. And Mbaamoute kicks to Nene. And it's sent back by Horford.
Wow, the rim protection by Horford. I mean, Al Horford standing 6'10", always played bigger.
Thomas passes to Brown. Taken away by Nene. Now, here's Mbamute. No good trying to beat the buzzer. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Rockets lead by 13. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens
piece by piece, chip away, see if you can't.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. We've got Hayward. Smart is out there with lights out. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Crowder in at the 4. That's the Boston 5. Harden with it. Now guarded by Crowder. Yep, it counts. Anderson's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Rockets.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Man, it looks like the defense is just giving up.
Here's lights out. That's short off the rim.
The defense got super lucky there because he does not miss many of those.
Harden kicks to Ariza. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
It's clear to me. Is it clear to you that Ariza feels at home in the post? I mean, just working his way inside and nailing these quality shots.
Lights out, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And stolen by Hayward. Smart, wide open, he fired. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Houston leading by 13. Ariza kicks to Harden. Here's the 3. The shot missing.
His offense remains mostly absent, but he still has been a team player in helping get them the lead.
Out to the right wing. Here's lights out. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Chris, you had a lengthy career that spanned a decade and a half. In all your years as a player, who was the biggest trash talker that you either played with or against?
Well, I'll tell you what. Larry Bird was a big trash talker. I got a chance to play with him in Dream Team and other basketball-type settings. He was one of them. You also got to go with my man GP, Gary Payton. He was a big trash talker, and I'd probably have to go with my man Larry Bird or GP. Gary Payton, 6'4" GP. I was on the plane with him one time, and he was talking trash in his sleep. So, Gary's somewhere talking right now, playing the game. So, yeah, that's Gary's style. He's the biggest trash talker I've ever met.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And Chris, despite his flaws, most would agree that Harden is the clear-cut best shooting guard in the game now.
Well, look, let's not beat around the bush. What we're saying is his scoring makes up for his defense or lack thereof. Now, Harden does bring other skills to the table that he doesn't get enough credit for. He's an incredibly strong rebounder at the 2 spot, and his playmaking is levels beyond other shooting guards.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He got on them. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Here's Gordon. Count it. Good. And the Rockets lead by 13.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
No mercy. He's one of the best at slamming the door shut in the opposition's face when they're trying to come back.
Stolen by Smart. Here's lights out. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Lights out's got 9 points now in the quarter. Houston leading by 8. Harden kicks to Anderson. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Celtics. Horford comes in for Jay Crowder. And Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. And a switch here also for Houston. Paul's checked in. Here's Ariza. Kept alive by Houston. Paul outside. Anderson wide open. Another miss by Houston. Here's Boston now. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Lights out, passes to Horford. There's Thomas with the three. Good work defensively by Paul.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Here's Morris. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his fourth foul of the contest. Rockets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Anderson the screen. From deep, Harden. The shot, no good. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Hayward kicks to Thomas. Here's the three. Hits the three-point bomb.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Paul kicks to Harden. There's the three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Harden's got 9 points here in the second half.
Crushing blow to the host right there. I mean, they were in this game for what felt like only a second before instantly giving that three-pointer.
And while Horford can space the floor, I like him getting inside and using his strength to force the issue.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 7. And Al Horford drops them both.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Paul dishes to Harden. Trying to find Capella, gets it to him, and yes, it's good. And the Rockets lead by 8.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Harden outside. They set the pick. Takes a three. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Harden.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, what are you asking? Maybe they should let up a little, right? This is just brutal to watch.
Anderson the screen. Harden the pass to Anderson. He kicks it to Paul. Pass to Harden. 5 on the clock. A three-pointer off the mark.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Now the Rockets with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. Paul outside. So we see the Rockets get the win here. This was a very strong...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our James. And that'll do it for this edition of